if you guys are ready, go ahead and start off laying all the way back. Allow your back to relax into the floor. When we relax in that way, it's almost as if acupressure points from the ground pushing into us are helping to take us into a deeper state of relax, of breathing, of presence. And that state is so useful to work with. Our intention as a group today is the intention of having a fresh start. That's one of the most magical things about New Year's is it kind of gives people this permission. Okay, now I can finally set that goal, that resolution, and I can be consistent for a complete time period. And recognize that it's okay to give ourselves fresh starts other times of the year. Maybe a fresh start of a certain month or week. Or even, you know what, today I'm going to give myself grace. That it's okay no matter what mistakes I've been making, no matter what foods I've been eating, no matter whatever. I give myself grace to start fresh, to start anew, to fill my life with my hope, my dream, my goal. So that's our intention today, fresh start. We'll do this by letting our body move, letting our body stretch, getting things pumping and flowing. So with fresh start to get us flowing today, let's start off taking knees into the chest. Nice and easy, we can rock around a little bit, help that low back have a fresh start, get some sensation flowing right into that area. Release the left leg to the floor. Let the right leg stretch clear up to sky. Help it out, whatever you want. Grab onto thigh, grab onto calf, whatever feels useful. This can be with motion, this can be with stillness, it can be circling the foot. What feels like it's kind of had prevention from movement, from having a fresh start? Can we move into that? Allowing that knee to bend. Let's send it into a twist. Cross it over the body. Again, this can be with stillness, or maybe you're kind of wiggling in and out of it at first, kind of preparing the low back for a fresh start. Feeling how the breath wants to flow. Take one more huge inhale here. With our exhale, return the hip to the ground. Before we switch sides, let's take it to figure four. So right ankle to left thigh. Hug around that left side. Sometimes it's reaching around thigh, sometimes it's reaching around shin. Beautiful. With our release, right leg gets to relax on floor, left leg stretching up to sky. Similar attention to this side. Maybe it's starting off with some wiggles of the ankle. Maybe it's already moving up to straightness or pulses. Feel how this side is receiving. The knee starts to bend, let it cross over the body. Nice spinal twist. Heading out, this left ankle comes to right thigh, figure four. As we gently let the ankle uncross, there will be a couple of points today where we're going to be playing with reaching our hands around the big toe. So let's try out a happy baby here. See how that connection of hands to feet is working out today. You can rock, you can have one leg straightening and then bending. You can have whatever feels good. Stillness is also welcome. Just notice how that connection goes today. Always know if when we're standing doing that hand to big toe, if it's just not going to go anywhere close today, grabbing shin, grabbing around thigh, any of those options will always be okay. So let's take one more breath in, out. And with our gentle release, let's do a bridge pose. Feet drop close to glutes, hands are on the floor by the hips. Let's roll our hips up to sky. If possible, to clasp hands behind back. Take that beautiful clasp, walking shoulders under, open that heart space. One more huge breath flows in and out. Release hands, roll hips back down. Whatever way you'd like to make your way back up to a seated place, let's rise up. Taking a cobbler's pose whenever we get there. Imagine the tightest spots of your body are the spots that are asking and begging for the fresh start. It's like perhaps there's energy we're holding in those areas. And by us having that intention, trying to release, it allows the energy, the opportunity to transform. Just line up enough that the right leg can open out, left foot can still be tucked in. And as we start to reach back forward, we'll have a little pulse. You choose how fast that is. The pulse is going back and forth between the forward arrangement and then leaning over that right leg. So this could be super, super slow, only getting 1 or 2 of those cycles in. It could be pretty quick, just going gently back and forth, like you're rocking on a boat. Find the spot that's tightest of this whole situation between forward and toward the leg. Lean in that tightest angle for a few extra breaths. Imagine that's the spot that's begging for that fresh start. So give it some breathing, some time, some space. As we're preparing to rise back up, take the first 2 fingers of the right hand around that right big toe. Allow it space to extend out. You can play with it going forward, opening to the side. Just notice that best angle. Playing with that hand to big toe connection again. Good, and when you're ready for right leg to swivel in, let left leg lengthen. Same approach. So we start by leaning forward, but then have a rocking motion back and forth between left leg and forward. Go super slow, you can go fast. Rocking just a moment longer. Eventually choosing the spot to have stillness. Another breath gets to flow in and out. The spine rises up, hand to big toe, left fingers wrapping around that left big toe. Lean back just a little bit to counterbalance, and then find swinging or stillness with that hand to big toe connection. Notice that it's okay to be bent if that's where you'd like to play later when we're standing. So now let this leg cross in, easy cross leg position. We'll do a few rounds of alternate nostril breathing before we head on to other goodies. This can be done with hands touching your face, or it can be done without, just psychically imagining you're breathing in through one nostril and out the other. So if you're touching, your first 2 fingers of right hand tucks down, and you'll alternate between thumb plugging off the right nostril and then ring finger plugging off left nostril. So you can just do one at a time. Start with the hands away from nose. Inhale through bowl. Exhale through bowl. Plugging off right, inhale left. Switch, plug off left to exhale right. Inhale right. Switch to exhale left. Inhale left. Switch to exhale right. Inhale right. Switch to exhale left. Feel this energetically cleansing your body. Inhale left. Switch to exhale right, fresh start. Inhale right. Switch to exhale left. And one more round. Inhale left. Switch to exhale right. Inhale right. Switch to exhale left. As that right hand drops down for a moment, let the eyes be closed. Feel that freshness pervading the body. It's like a blank slate from which we can Begin to write our new story. Take one more cleansing breath. In through both nostrils. Exhale out both. Good. Heading to hands and knees. Let's begin to wiggle through the spine. Cat-cow. Let that spine wake up. If it's not too intense on wrist, have the fingers start to point outward or even point all the way to the side. Little wrist stretch while we're doing our cat. If that's too intense, any amount turning back outward is perfectly fine. One more cycle, spine rounding up and down. Back to neutral, the fingers will turn out to left and right. The knees go a little bit wider to give us space to rock through the wrists. So lean a little bit to the right with your shoulders, a little bit to the left. Cleansing out, giving the wrists a nice fresh start. Good inhale. Exhale. Bring the knees back under the hips. Rise up high. High kneeling spot. Like the Karate Kid painting the fence, let the fingers tuck in as we inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, flex the fingers back the other way down. So a few rounds like that to help loosen up the wrist after that deep stretch. 3 more. 2. 1. And taking hands to the low back, we'll prepare for camel. Hips push forward, heart lifts up, head rises. Maybe you stay here in the prep, or maybe hands drop down to heels, full camel. Depends on what the spine is ready for at this point. Just give it 2 good breaths when you get there, however deep that is. Hands back to hips if they lowered. Rise up. Child's pose. Knees can be any amount of narrow or wide. Arms can be forward. Arms can tuck back. So that's fine. It's like we're wiping it clean. You can stay in child a little longer, or at any point take it to downward facing dog. Give yourself permission to do any wiggles in the down dog that feel good when you're ready to get there, no rush. At the point that you're satisfied with the down dog, hope your feet come up to the top of the mat, nice forward fold. Let's use our next inhale to rise up, circle arms to sky, maybe a slight back bend. Hands to heart. Left foot underneath our body. We're going to try our first standing hand to big toe. If instead you need to just clasp under thigh to reach, that's perfectly fine. But bending this right knee, see if you can grab fingers around big toe, find your balance point, and then the extension. Good, huge inhale. Exhale, gentle release. Brief warrior 3. Fingers drop to floor. Continue to lift that right leg up high. Lower the leg back to hip height, and then toes to ground, right knee to ground. So these left toes will start to turn open to a 45-degree angle to left as we sink our hips forward. We're eventually going to start working our right hip down to the ground. So if the wrist on the floor is a little too intense for that side arching, you can always lower to an elbow to make it a little easier. But we're working little by little that right hip down to ground. However high or low the back bend is. We start to turn our heart more and more toward the left until eventually the left hand can reach to the back wall. Beautiful. Return the left hand to the top of mat. Tuck the back toes. When we straighten that right leg, we're taking it directly into pyramid pose. 2 straight legs. Bumping the hands a little bit further forward, standing split, right leg floats. Right foot lands to ground. Next inhale to rise up. Beautiful. Preparing for the balance. Right foot is underneath us. Shift your weight onto that side. Grabbing big, first 2 fingers around the left big toe. That's okay, re-catch the balance. When you have that balance, maybe the extension forward. Good, release back, warrior 3. The fingers down on ground, standing split, left leg rises. Bring left leg back to hip height and then continue to drop toes to ground behind you. Left knee to ground. Turn the right toes out to 45-degree angle. Hips sink forward. We're little by little easing left hip to the ground. You can lower to elbows to make it less intense. Doesn't have to be right there immediately if you want to rock into it. But eventually from left hip down, the chest opens to that right side. Right hand reaches to back wall. More huge inhale. Exhale, start to return forward. Get the legs underneath you. Preparing for pyramid. When you're ready to straighten that left leg up. inhale. Exhale. Hands bump forward, float left leg high. Good. Both feet to ground, forward fold. Give yourself a bonus breath or two to release the back muscles. Next, inhale to rise. Hands down to heart. Give it a breath or two. Okay, great. So from here, shifting weight to left foot. Let's take another big toe with right or grab under the thigh. Preparing for the balance. Extension forward. Releasing back, warrior three. Landing the toes back, warrior one. Huge inhale. Exhale, hand clasp behind the back. Bow forward, shoulder stretch. We release the right hand to ground, and left hand will go up to sky, twist, pop up onto the back toes. The left toes can continue to turn to face more to the left side of mat. And then from here, side flip variation, rock onto the side of that right foot, lifting up high, side. Just a nice inhale. Exhale, left hand to floor, step back plank, down dog, or a flow. Right leg lifts up to sky, then bend the knee, trying to get heel close to glute, and right foot steps a little bit in front of left foot. Left foot up to sky, heel to glute, step that foot a little bit in front. Right leg up, kick glute, step in front. Like a little bicycle getting us walking up to top of mat. And eventually when you're in the forward fold, give it a few breaths. Next, inhale to rise. Hands to heart. Weight over right foot. Preparing for hand to big toe, left. Swing back, warrior three. Land, warrior one. Clasp hands behind back, shoulder stretch, bow forward. The left hand drops down. Right hand floats up to sky, twist, pop up on the back toes. Right toes continue to face to the right. Start to rock onto the side, the outside edge of that left foot. Side plank variation. Feel how there's still quite a bit of core strength keeping us long here. One more inhale. Exhale, hand drops down. Child pose, down dog, or a flow, your choice. You're ready to come back up to top of mat. It'll be that same thing. So right leg up, glute, step in front, left leg up, the glute, step in front. Until you're up at the top of the mat. Eventually forward fold. Out to rise. Exhale, hands down to heart. Again, give it a couple of breaths. More deep inhale. Exhale. One more, hand to big toe, right side. So, pick up that right foot. And the extension. If balance is there and you want to try to open it this time, take a moment there. Returning forward. Warrior 3. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Extended side angle. Left elbow down or left fingers down, right arm stretches forward. Imagine clearing space through those side ribs. Rising up, warrior 2. To reverse. Warrior 2. We'll go from warrior 2 to cartwheeling the right hand to floor, left hand twisting back up to sky, rocking onto the outside edge of the right foot, side plank variation, or options to slide the left foot back into side plank, or even left foot behind you while breathing. Your choice. Dropping left hand down, child pose, down dog, or a flow. Right foot reaches up to sky. Right foot steps in between hands. Back heel down. We're taking it to pyramid again. From pyramid, we'll take it to pigeon pose. So allow this right foot to heel toe its way all the way to the left. Gently let that knee rotate down to ground. This is some playtime. If you'd like some time to play with mermaid, for instance, maybe left hand, take some time reaching for left foot. If you know you just want sleeping pigeon, dropping down, that's fine. Anything in between, whatever feels good. more breaths. Slow it down, slow and steady. As we prepare to ease out, we're going to come to a kneeling place, knees underneath us. We'll circle the hips all the way to the right. Circle the hips to the left. Another good circle in each direction. From here, we come into a toe stretch. So toes tuck under. You're sending as much weight onto your feet as you can handle. So full weight, spine up and down would be the most intense. If that's too much, hands forward, take some of the weight off. You choose. So this moment of slow, easy breathing. Feel that, allow that to be an invitation to clear the slate. You need to come forward before the rest, that's okay. Got to be present for 3 more breaths if you're doing good. After 3 breaths, come forward. We can circle the toes or pound them out. When you come to a downward facing dog, let the feet continue to roll around, really creating that blank slate for that area. When you're ready to come up to top of mat, come whatever way you'd like. If you'd like to hop, that's fine. If you'd like to do those glute kicks, that's fine. Whatever's gonna work today. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands down to heart. Good. So last side, we're standing on right foot, preparing to grab left big toe. Set up the posture, the balance, the extension. Maybe a moment to open wide. Back forward. Release warrior 3. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Extended side angle. Right elbow can rest on the right thigh or right fingers to floor. Left arm reaches forward to mirror. Rising up, warrior 2 to reverse. Warrior 2. As we cartwheel the left arm to floor, come back up to that twist. The side plank variation, you can stay. You could slide right foot to stack, or you could bring right foot behind while breathing. Your choice. Right hand drops down. You choose child pose, down dog, or a flow. Last ones of the day. Left leg floats up to sky. Step it in between hands. Step heel down, pyramid pose, both legs straightening. And left foot starts to prepare for pigeon. Heel toe the foot all the way to the right side until the knee can drop down gently. Maybe you play with a nice mermaid. Right fingers trying to grab for right toes for a little while. Maybe you go straight to sleeping. You choose. More breaths here. This time, purposely drop your left hip to floor. Swing both legs out in front of you, wide angle. Let's find fingers on floor. Start to reach forward and through. Tenderly walking the hands back in. We lean our hands back, take bent knee shapes. Do a few nice windshield wipers for those hips. These can be fast or slow. Find that speed that's working for your hips. Loosening up some of the tightness that might be present. Eventually, when that feels pretty good, bring the legs into easy cross leg. We'll touch our forearms together in front of us. Round the spine forward. That's our exhale. With our inhale, open elbows like football goalposts. Exhale, touch together. Imagine this is like the eraser on the whiteboard for our shoulders. Everything to a nice blank slate. One more like that. All the way open. All the way touching. And then straightening up the spine. Let the right fingers slowly trace that right arm through a complete right shoulder circle. Through that shoulder socket. Bring it all the way back forward. And this time when it's open back behind, leave it at shoulder height. Cut through the side. Bring the straight arm across the body. Left arm hugs it in. I oftentimes find it helpful to lean the left ear to left shoulder. A gentle release, open the arms, huge inhale. Exhale, left arm prepares for the circle, trace up, go back, return. Leave it shoulder height behind. Cut through the side, hug it in. And when you're there, maybe right ear leans to right shoulder. Release with a good inhale. Exhale. Let's take another couple of rounds of alternate nostril breathing. If you'd like to go at a different pace than I'm going to guide, that's fine. Just remember, exhale is when you switch to the other side. So start off, first two fingers on the right hand tucking down, inhale through both. Exhale both. Plug off right, inhale left. Switch to exhale right. Inhale right. Switch to exhale left. Inhale left, blank slate. Switch to exhale right. Inhale right. Switch to exhale left. We'll go two more rounds, cleansing us. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Last exhale left. The right hand drops down. We fill our body. It's like all the energy is fresh. We've got this beautiful fresh start. If you'd like to sit here for a moment and just feel this presence, that's absolutely fine. If there's any last stretches your body is really craving prior to Shavasana, that's fine. You can stay here or go to Shavasana, laying comfortably at any point that you wish at this point. Whether you're immediately in Shavasana or not, when you get there, imagine whatever points of our body are in contact with the earth. Those are acupressure points, the earth trying to remind us to be calm by pressing those acupressure points. Our breath flowing, giving us fresh air each and every cycle. With that, our energy is fresh, calm, renewed. Here we begin to deepen our inhales. Deepen our exhales. Introduce little movements back to the body. Fingers and toes. Ankles and wrists. Stretching out in ways that feel really nice. Perhaps eventually taking a little fetal position off to one side. Enjoying maybe 2 or 3 more good deep breaths until you feel ready to rise sooner or later. No rush. As we arise, we bring our hands to our heart center, recognizing that with this fresh start, perhaps we're ready to fill this blank slate with goals, hopes, dreams, passions, aspirations, and that these can come from this heart space, coming from a good, pure place. And we also recognize we can start with this blank slate, this fresh start. Any point that we choose doesn't have to be just at the start of a year. And so with fresh start to lead us on, let's wrap up the time we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.